sun is peeking over the eastern pines, painting the sky in color so divine. Got my old rocking chair in a quiet space. The morning breeze brings a gentle grace. The world is still, not a car on the road, just the heavy lifting of the night's long load, washing away with the coming of the dawn. Out here on the porch where I belong, the dew is heavy on the front yard grass, watching the silent slow moments pass. The dog is sleeping by the wooden screen door, don't need a single thing, couldn't ask for more. Hear the distant call of a morning dove, singing a song about a lifelong love. It's a peaceful tune that I know so well, underneath this quiet morning spell. Oh, this front porch morning, still and slow, where the gentle winds of memory blow. Got my hands wrapped round a warm clay cup, watching the sleepy world wake up. It's a simple life, soft and free, just this old front porch, the morning, and me. I can see the mailbox at the end of the drive, reminds me of the years we've been alive. Letters from friends and the bills we paid, in the cooling shadows that the oak tree made. Time moves different when you're sitting right here. The muddy waters of the mine run clear. Every creak of the floorboard sings a tune that'll carry me through till the afternoon. There's a rusty tractor out by the barn, got 100 stories of familiar yarn. It rests right now like a tired old friend, waiting for the summer work to begin. But today is a day for a slower pace, for finding the rhythm of this quiet place. No rush to be anywhere, no race to win, just letting the peaceful morning in. Oh, this front porch morning, still and slow, where the gentle winds of memory blow. Got my hands wrapped round a warm clay cup, watching the sleepy world wake up. It's a simple life, soft and free, just this old front porch, the morning, and me. Sometimes the hardest work a man can do is just sitting still while the day is new, taking a breath, letting go of the reins, and washing the dust from the window panes of his tired old heart, of his weary soul, letting the morning make him whole. So I'll stay right here till the coffee's gone, and hum along with the breaking dawn. The shadows shorten and the day begins, but I'm in no hurry to join the spin. I got a front row seat to the greatest show, the quietest peace that a man can know. Oh, this front porch morning, still and slow, where the gentle winds of memory blow. Got my hands wrapped round a warm clay cup, watching the sleepy world wake up. It's a simple life, soft and free, just this old front porch, the morning and me.
There's a silver blanket lying low today over the alfalfa and the new mown hay. The morning mist is thick and cool and gray, washing all the troubles of the world away. I walk out past the rusted pasture gate, where the old roan gillin and the cattle wait. They look like shadows in the early light, stepping gently out of the fading night. The air is heavy with the scent of pine, and the sweet damp earth where the roots entwine. Every blade of grass holds a diamond drop, and the whole wide world has come to a stop. You can't see the highway, you can't see the town, just this quiet blanket rolling softly down. It's a secret world that only we can see, just the morning mist, the meadow, and me. Oh, the morning mist is a quiet friend, hiding where the earth and the heavens blend. It slows down the rush, it softens the lines, hangs like a whisper in the tall green pines. When the fall rolls in, the heart beats slow in the peaceful mist where the wild things grow. I remember mornings just like this one here, with my old man walking, keeping me near. He'd point out the tracks in the soft wet clay before the burning sun chased the fog away. He said the mist was the earth's way to breathe a little bit of of magic that we could receive if we just took the time to stand and stare at the silver curtain hanging in the air. Now the years have passed and the old man's gone, but I still come out here in the misty dawn. I wear his old jacket to keep out the chill, and I look at the fog rolling over the hill. I feel his presence in the quiet and cold, in the timeless stories that the land has told. It's a beautiful sorrow, a comfort and ache, out here on the edge of the sleepy lake. Oh, the morning mist is a quiet friend, hiding where the earth and the heavens blend. It slows down the rush, it softens the lines, hangs like a whisper in the tall green pines. When the fog rolls in, the heart beats slow in the peaceful mist where the wild things grow. By noon the sun will burn it all away, and the noise will return to the working day. The tractors will run and the engines will roar, but right now the peace walks right to my door. I'm soaking it up while the air is still, before the busy world comes over the hill. So I'll stand right here in the silver and gray and gather up peace for the rest of the day. The mist is a promise, the mist is a prayer, a gentle reminder that something is there, holding us close in the quietest hours. Water in the roots of the wild field flowers. Oh, the morning mist is a quiet friend, hiding where the earth and the heavens blend. It slows down the rush, it softens the lines, hangs like a whisper in the tall green pines. When the fog rolls in, the heart beats slow in the peaceful mist where the wild things grow. The kitchen is dark, but the stove is on warm, safe and dry from last night's thunderstorm. The percolator's bubbling, a familiar sound, the sweetest little rhythm to be found. I pour up a cup, it's black as the night, and carry it out to the pale morning light. The wood stove is crackling, a comforting glow. There's nowhere on earth that I need to go. I sit by the window and look at the sky, watching the night give its gentle goodbye. The dark turns to purple, the purple to red, as the sleepy old sun rises up from its bed. This first cup of coffee, it warms up my hands like the rising sun warms the cold bottom lands. It's a daily communion, a moment of grace before the whole world starts to pick up the pace. Black coffee and sunrise, a perfect pair. Breathing the cool, crisp country air. Taking it easy, taking it slow, watching the morning put on a show. Nothing but time and a peaceful mind, leaving the rush of the world behind with black coffee and sunrise. There's a worn-out Bible on the kitchen table and a pair of work gloves that are more than able. They sit there waiting for the day to start, but this quiet hour is for the heart. I take another sip and I close my eyes, listen to the wind as it softly sighs. It's a gentle reminder to count what I've got, whether I end up with a little or a lot. The steam rises up from the rim of the cup as the barnyard animals start waking up. The rooster is crowing a mile down the road. It's time for the farmer to shoulder the load. But I'll take 5 more minutes to just sit and be with the beautiful morning laid out in front of me. The coffee is bitter, but the moment is sweet, the absolute best kind of morning retreat. Black coffee and sunrise, perfect pair. Breathing the cool, crisp country air. Taking it easy, taking it slow, watching the morning put on a show. Nothing but time and a peaceful mind, leaving the rush of the world behind with black coffee and sunrise. Folks need a rush, need the city's loud hum, need to run to the beat of a different drum. But give me the quiet, give me the dawn, give me the dew on the front cabin lawn. I don't need the bright lights to make me feel grand, just a cup of the good stuff right here in my hand. The mug's getting empty, the sun's fully bright, chasing away the last shadows of night. I'll rinse out the cup and I'll put on my boots and go tend the land and water the roots. But I'll carry this feeling all through the day whenever the weariness gets in my way. I'll just think back to the quiet and still, and the sun coming up over Blueberry Hill. Black coffee and sunrise, a perfect pair. Breathing the cool, crisp country air. Taking it easy, taking it slow, watching the morning put on a show. Nothing but time and a peaceful mind, leaving the rush of the world behind with black coffee and sunrise.
quieter room in the back of the house, as still as a shadow, as quiet as a mouse, with a tall wooden bookshelf against the back wall, holding the stories, the summer, the fall. I trace my fingers down the leather-bound spines, reading the titles and reading the signs of a lifetime of learning, a lifetime of love, with a coat of gray dust resting gently above. I pull out a volume, it's heavy and warm, with pages turned yellow and edges all torn. A picture falls out from 1972 of a younger version of me and of you. We were smiling so bright in the afternoon sun, thinking the journey had only begun. Now here I stand in the quiet and fade, looking back at the beautiful life that we made. Oh, the memories sleep on the old bookshelf like a quiet reflection of my younger self, gathering dust as the seasons roll by, under the watch of the pale autumn sky. Every page is a day, every chapter a year, holding the laughter and holding the tear, in the quietest room in the house. There's a poetry book that you used to read when my restless spirit was planting its seed. You'd read it out loud while I whittled some wood, and suddenly everything felt right and good. I open it now to the page that you bent, and think of the beautiful hours we spent. The words are still there, just as sweet, just as true, but the room feels so empty without hearing you. Right next to the poems is an old travel guide to the mountains and valleys, so open and wide. We planned out a trip that we never quite took. Now it lives on the shelf in this quiet old book. But I don't feel regret, no, I don't feel the sting, 'cause we found our own mountains and heard the birds sing. Right here in this valley, right here on this farm, safe from the weather and safe from the harm. Oh, the memories sleep on the old bookshelf like a quiet reflection of my younger self, gathering dust as the seasons roll by, under the watch of the pale autumn sky. Every page is a day, every chapter a year, holding the laughter and holding the tear, in the quietest room in the house. Time is a river that never flows back, it leaves what it leaves on the side of the track. Some folks try to fight it, some folks try to run, but I'm at peace with the setting of the sun. I'll cherish the dust and I'll cherish the gold and the beautiful stories that never grow old. I put the book back in its spot on the road and watch how the afternoon
starts to glow. It catches the dust motes that dance in the air and lands on the back of your old rocking chair. I'll close up the door, let the memories rest, knowing the life that we lived was the best. A library of love in the quiet and dim, waiting for tomorrow to start up again. Oh, the memories sleep on the old bookshelf like a quiet reflection of my younger self, gathering dust as the seasons roll by, under the watch of the pale autumn sky. Every page is a day, every chapter a year, holding the laughter and holding the tear in the quietest room in the house. Took a walk down to the water today, where the weeping willows and the cypress sway. The river runs slow like molasses in time, in a rhythm so smooth it's almost a rhyme. I found me a spot on the soft grassy bank and gave the good Lord a quiet little thank for the shade of the trees and the cool water's flow and the beautiful slowness of life down below. I cast out a line, but I don't care to catch. Just brought a bobber and a brand new batch of patience and peace that I saved for the week down here by the edge of the Whispering Creek. A dragonfly lands on the tip of my pole, and a profound quiet settles right in my soul. The water is clear and the pebbles are brown, and the worries of life start to slowly wash down. Oh, the riverbank breeze is a gentle caress, taking away all the strain and the stress. It whispers through leaves in a soft lullaby, underneath the great big immaculate sky. When the world gets too heavy, too fast and too loud, I follow the river away from the crowd. Let the breeze blow my troubles away. There's an old wooden dock that's missing some planks, where we used to jump off the muddy old banks. The kids would splash round till the sun went down low in the golden hour's beautiful radiant glow. Now they've grown up and moved far away, but the river remains exactly the same way. It holds all the echoes of laughter and fun, sparkling bright in the afternoon sun. A turtle slips off of a half-sunken log, and I hear the deep croak of a grandfather frog. It's a symphony played by the nature around, the most comfort and peaceful and beautiful sound. I lean back my head and pull my hat down, forget all the noise of the faraway town. Just me and the river, the earth and the sky, watching the lazy old afternoon fly. Bank breeze is a gentle caress, taking away all the strain and the stress. It whispers through leaves in a soft lullaby, underneath the great big immaculate sky. When the world gets too heavy, too fast and too loud, I follow the river away from the crowd and let the breeze blow my troubles away. Water keeps moving, it never stands still. rolling on down past the old cider mill. It teaches a lesson, if you care to learn, that every sharp bend and every new turn is just part of the journey, just part of the ride. So just float on down and go with the tide. The shadows grow long as the evening draws near, but the air by the water is perfectly clear. I reel in my line and I gather my things, feeling as light as a hummingbird's wings. I'll head back up to the house on the hill with a pocket of peace and a spirit so still, ready for whatever tomorrow might bring, thanks to the song that the riverbank sings. Oh, the riverbank breeze is a gentle caress, taking away all the strain and the stress. It whispers through leaves in a soft lullaby, underneath the great big immaculate sky. When the world gets too heavy, too fast and too loud, I follow the river away from the crowd and let the breeze blow my troubles away. There's a ribbon of gravel that winds through the pines, past the old property and the county lines. It ain't paved with blacktop, it ain't smooth or wide. It's been my companion and it's been my guide. I put the truck in low gear, roll down the glass, watching the acres of timberland pass. The tires crunch soft on the limestone and clay, on this beautiful, slow-moving Saturday. Every curve in this road has a story to tell, like the spot by the oak where the old tractor fell, or the bridge up ahead over Sycamore Creek where the timbers complain and the floorboards creak. It's a dusty old path that the modern world missed, but it's here that the earth and the heavens have kissed, where the wildflowers grow in the ditch by the side, and a man can just drive with nothing to hide. Oh, the old dirt road takes me back to the start. It's the quietest path to the peace in my heart. It slows down the wheels, it slows down the mind, leaves all the hurry and worry behind, just rolling along at a country mile pace, finding the grace in this dusty old place, on the slow winding path of the old dirt road. I passed by the mailbox of old Mr. Hayes. He's been living out here since his earliest days. He gives me away
from his porch rocking chair, with a pipe in his hand and the wind in his hair. It's a neighborhood built on a nod and a wave, on the quiet respect that these country folks gave. You won't find it on maps, on a smartphone screen, just an unspoken bond in the places between. The dust kicks up soft in the rearview glass, like a cloud of old memories that linger and pass. I remember my daddy teaching me how to drive on this very same stretch, feeling so alive. My hands gripped the wheel, 10 and 2, nice and tight, while he sat beside me and made sure I did right. Now I drive it alone, but I don't feel apart, 'cause he's riding right here in the passenger seat of my heart. Oh, the older road takes me back to the start. It's the quietest path to the peace in my heart. It slows down the wheels, it slows down the mind, leaves all the hurry and worry behind, just rolling along at a country mile pace, finding the grace in this dusty old place, on the slow winding path of the old dirt road. The highways are faster, the interstate grand, but they don't know the heartbeat of this piece of land. They rush to the future, they run from the past, but out here the beautiful moments just last. I'll take the slow route, the bumps and the stones. It's the only true way that my weary soul knows. The sun's getting heavy and painted in gold as the evening begins to quietly unfold. I turn up the driveway and cut off the key, feeling as grounded as an old willow tree. The dirt road has done what it always does best. It brought me back home to my quiet and rest. It washed away all of the city's loud sting and gave me a reason to sit back and sing. Oh, the older road takes me back to the start. It's the quietest path to the peace in my heart. It slows down the wheels, it slows down the mind, leaves all the hurry and worry behind, just rolling along at a country mile pace, finding the grace in this dusty old place, on the slow winding path of the old dirt road. Day's work is finished, the tools are put up. I've poured me some water in a tin drinking cup. I walk to the ridge at the edge of the farm, where the evening is heavy and quiet and warm. The sky is a canvas of orange and pink, giving a tired man a moment to think. The shadows are stretching like giants of gray as the sun gently kisses the
end of the day. There's a whispering wind blowing down from the crest, singing a song about quiet and rest. It rustles the needles of the tall evergreen, the most beautiful music that I've ever seen. The crickets are tuning their fiddles to play a serenade for the fading of day. I sit on a stump and I loosen my boots, feeling the depth of my country roots. Sunset over the pines, a glorious sight, the bridge right between the day and the night. It paints the whole valley in silver and gold, a timeless old story that never grows old. It brings down the curtain, it dims down the light, and wraps the whole world in a peaceful goodnight. Oh, the beautiful sunsets over the pines. I watch as the colors start fading to blue, the same as they always relentlessly do. But there's comfort in knowing the sun will return, and the wood in the fireplace will silently burn. I think of the folks who are rushing around in the concrete and steel of the faraway town. I wish I could bottle this feeling of grace and share the deep peace of this heavenly place. The first little star makes a hole in the sky, a diamond of light looking down from on high. It's a quiet reminder how small we all are, just traveling along on this dusty old star. But small doesn't mean that we don't have a part in the love and the labor that comes from the heart. I'm just a speck in the great grand design, but right now I'm the king of this ridge full of pine. Sunset over the pines, a glorious sight, the bridge right between the day and the night. It paints the whole valley in silver and gold, a timeless old story that never grows old. It brings down the curtain, it dims down the light, and wraps the whole world in a peaceful goodnight. Oh, the beautiful sunset over the pines. The quiet is deep and the quiet is profound. There's hardly a movement and hardly a sound, just the beating of heart and the breathing of air. A natural chapel, a natural prayer. I let go of the worries I held in the day and watch as the darkness takes them away. Now the sky is all velvet, the stars are all bright. I'll walk down the hill by the pale moonlight. The house is a beacon, a warm yellow glow, the safest retreat that a man could e'er know. I'll sleep like a baby beneath the tin roof, with a piece of the mountain as absolute proof that life in the slow lane is wonderfully fine, underneath the deep shadows of the towering pine. Sunset over the pines, a glorious sight, the bridge right between the day and the night. It paints the whole valley in silver and gold, a timeless old story that never grows old. It brings down the curtain, it dims down the light,
and wraps the whole world in a peaceful goodnight. Oh, the beautiful sunset over the pines. In the palm of my hand, a full tank of gas and a stretch of open land. The morning is bright and the coffee's in the holder, flipping off the weight that was sitting on my shoulder. Tires on the blacktop hum a steady little tune. Gonna be driving straight on through the afternoon. There's a clear blue sky stretching out for a mile, and I can't help but wear a satisfied smile. Passing by the cornfields, waving in the breeze, rolling through the shadows of the old oak trees. It's a rhythmic kind of living when you hit the open road, leaving all the worry in the heavy city load. Got the windows rolled down, let the country air blow in. Feels like a place where a good day can begin. The dashboard is dusted, but the engine runs true. Nothing in the world that this old truck can't do. Oh, this two-lane freedom is a beautiful song, where the rhythm is steady and the road is long. It's a mid-tempo melody, gravel and of grace, moving right along at a comfortable pace, with a clear resonant rhythm keeping time in my heart. This two-lane freedom is a brand new start. I see a painted barn advertising chewing gum, hear the distant rhythm of a tractor's heavy thrum. Every little town has a story of its own, a diner on the corner and a public telephone. I give a little wave to a farmer by the fence, living out a life that makes a lot of good sense. It's the simple kind of magic that you find along the way, when you put the truck in drive and let it roll away. The radio is playing a classic country beat, adding a bounce to the rhythm of the street. A steel guitar is crying, but the singer sounds so glad. Makes it real hard to be feeling down or sad. I tap my heavy boots on the rubber floor mat, thinking about this and wondering about that. But mostly I'm just soaking in the sunshine and the drive, feeling mighty lucky just to be alive. Oh, this two-lane freedom is a beautiful song, where the rhythm is steady and the road is long. It's a mid-tempo melody of gravel and of grace, moving right along at a comfortable pace, brand new start. There's a lot to be said for the folks who stay put, but I got a little wanderlust down in my foot. Just a few hours driving clears the cobwebs from the mind and leaves the petty troubles of the weekday far behind. I don't need a destination, don't need a map to read, just the humming of the engine and the comfortable speed. The sun is climbing higher, it's a golden afternoon. I'll be pulling over at a roadside diner soon. Get a slice of cherry pie and another cup of joe before I put it back in gear and hit the road to go. This old truck and me, we've got a lot of miles to make, but every single one is a joy, for heaven's sake. Just riding the rhythm of a perfect, peaceful day. Living two-lane freedom, watch the worries all away. Oh, this two-lane freedom is a beautiful song, where the rhythm is steady and the road is long. It's a mid-tempo melody of gravel and of grace, moving right along at a comfortable pace, with a clear, resonant rhythm, keeping time in my heart. This two-lane freedom is a brand new start. There's a lot to be said for the folks who stayed put, but I got a little wanderlust down in my foot. Just a few hours driving clears the cobwebs from the mind and leaves the petty troubles of the weekday far behind. I don't need a destination, don't need a map to read, just lacing up the work boots as the sun begins to rise. Got a thermos full of coffee and a clear set of eyes. There's a list of things to do sitting on the kitchen sill, but I'm ready for the effort and I'm ready for the hill. Gonna fix the wooden fence, gonna paint the old barn red. Got a lot of good intentions swirling round inside my head. There's a rhythm in the labor, there's a music in the sweat. It's a positive vibration that I haven't tired of yet. It's the beating iron center of this agricultural heart. The engine finds a groove, a steady chugging beat, rolling through the pasture in the early morning heat. There's a pride in the hustle, there's a joy in the grind, when you're leaving something better than the thing you left behind. With a hammer in the pocket and a whistle on the lip, I'm taking on the morning with a steady, confident grip. Oh, a good day's work is a medicine for the soul. It keeps the mind steady and it makes the spirit whole. With a mid-tempo rhythm and a positive song, you can build a good life if you keep on plugging along. Just working with a smile underneath the country sky, letting the productive, peaceful hours roll on by. The neighbor drives by and he gives a friendly honk while I'm pulling out a stump with an old iron clonk. It takes a bit of elbow grease to make the garden grow, but watching the progression is the greatest thing I know. You plant a little seed and you water it with care, and pretty soon there's beauty just blooming everywhere. It mirrors how we live when we put the effort in. Every drop of honest sweat is a quiet little win. By noon the sun is hot, so I find a bit of shade, drinking from a mason jar of icy lemonade, taking just a moment to appreciate the view of the fences standing straight and the barn looking new. It ain't a complicated life, it's simple and it's plain, but I wouldn't trade the sunshine and I wouldn't trade the rain for a corner office view in a city made of glass. I'd rather be right here standing in the pasture grass. Oh, a good day's work is a medicine for the soul. It keeps the mind steady and it makes the spirit whole. With a mid-tempo rhythm and a positive song, you can build a good life if you keep on plugging along. Just working with a smile underneath the country sky, letting the productive, peaceful hours roll on by. Sometimes the world gets heavy and the news gets kinda grim, and a fellow starts to feel like he is going out on a limb. But when I grab my tool belt and I step out in the breeze, the worry falls away like the autumn from the trees. There's a deeply rooted comfort in the things that you can touch, and a day of honest labor never asks a man for much. The shadows stretch out as the afternoon descends. I'm putting up the tools as the working daylight ends. My muscles are tired, but my heart is feeling light. I'm ready for the supper, and I'm ready for the night. I look back at the fields and the work that I have done, shining like a diamond in the setting of the sun. It's a toe-tapping rhythm, this living on the land, built by the strength of a willing, working hand. Oh, a good day's work is a medicine for the soul. It keeps the mind steady, and it makes the spirit whole. With a mid-tempo rhythm and a positive song, you can build a good life if you keep on plugging along, just working with a smile.
The alarm clock rings, but I'm already awake. Got a joyful anticipation that's impossible to fake. Pour the coffee in a travel mug, grab the keys and go. Stepping out into the early morning's gentle rosy glow. The engine turns over with a confident hum, ready for the journey and whatever's gonna come. I pull out of the driveway, gravel popping beneath the tires, chasing down the morning and catching up to the desires. The radio announcer says it's gonna be a beautiful day, and I'm inclined to believe every word he has to say. The street lights are fading as the sun begins to peak, painting golden colors on the waters of the creek. I got the sunrise reflecting on the dashboard glass, watching the sleepy little houses of the hometown pass. There's a steady upbeat rhythm in the turning of the wheel. It's the best kind of positive a country boy can feel. Sunrise on the dashboard, coffee in my hand, rolling through the beauty of this waking heartland. It's a clear resonant morning, it's a mid-tempo ride with a pocket full of sunshine and nothing left to hide. Got a toe-tapping rhythm and a happy country song, knowing that the whole day is gonna roll along just fine. I stop at the four-way where the old highway meets, watching the bakery delivery trucks rolling down the streets. The world is just starting to stretch its tired arms, waking up the businesses and waking up the farms. I take a long sip of the coffee, rich and black, feeling like a train rolling smoothly down the track. Everything is organized, everything is set. This is gonna be the finest, brightest morning yet. There's a flock of wild geese flying in a perfect V, heading out to wherever they are meaning to be. I roll the window down to hear the honking of their flight, a little bit of wildness in the early morning light. It's a rhythmic kind of poetry written in the air, reminding me that beauty is waiting everywhere. If you just wake up early and you take the time to look, it's a brand new page in a brand new book. Sunrise on the dashboard, coffee in my hand, rolling through the beauty of this waking heartland. It's a clear resonant morning, it's a mid-tempo ride with a pocket full of sunshine and nothing left to hide. Got a toe-tapping rhythm and a happy country song, knowing that the whole day is gonna roll along just fine. They say the early bird is the one who gets the worm, but I'm just out here enjoying the morning on my own term. I don't need a big reward, I don't need a major prize, just the quiet satisfaction of the early morning skies. It sets a tone for everything that follows in the day, chasing all the negative and heavy thoughts away. The sun is fully up now, shining warm and bright. The dashboard is glowing with a brilliant yellow light. The mug is getting empty, but the energy is high as I drive beneath the canopy of wide open sky. I'll tackle all the work I have with a whistle and a grin, letting all the positive vibrations settle in. Cause a morning that begins with a drive just like this is a beautiful moment that I wouldn't want to miss. Sunrise on the dashboard, coffee in my hand, rolling through the beauty of this waking heartland. It's a clear resonant morning, it's a mid-tempo ride with a pocket full of sunshine and nothing left to hide. Got a toe-tapping rhythm and a happy country song, knowing that the whole day is gonna roll along just fine. It's a Saturday morning, the weather's clear and dry. Not a single storm cloud in the wide, expansive sky. I've been working all week in the confines of the town, but today I'm breaking out and I'm taking it all down. Got my favorite pair of sunglasses resting on my nose, and I'm wearing my most comfortable faded denim clothes. The key turns in the ignition, the motor starts to sing. I'm spreading out my feathers like an eagle on the wing. And I hit the city limit sign and leave the rush behind, seeking out the open spaces and the peace of mind. The air conditioner's off, I don't need that artificial breeze. I want the wind that's blowing through the country willow trees. So I roll the windows down and I let the outside in. It feels like a baptism, washing away the sin of the deadlines and the traffic and the endless ringing phone. Out here in the country, I am perfectly alone. Windows down, radio on, playing a classic tune. Driving through the morning, heading for the afternoon. It's a mid-tempo journey, a rhythmy, easy pace, putting a genuine smile right back on my face. With a clear resonant vocal, singing from the dash, I'm making precious memories that I will always stash. DJ's playing a song from '84 about a honky-tonk angel and a swinging wooden door. I tap my fingers on the steering wheel, right on the beat, feeling the positive energy vibrating through the seat. I pass a field of sunflowers, turn into the light, a million yellow faces shining incredibly bright. It's a picture-perfect postcard, a masterpiece of art, and the rhythm of the highway is beating in my heart. I slow it down to navigate a twisting country curve, feeling the connection of the tires and the swerve. There's a river running parallel, sparkling in the sun. Looks like the kind of place where you could have some fun. Maybe later I'll pull over and cast a fishing line. Right now the driving is making me feel fine. It's the motion and the music, the wind and the wheel,
the most therapeutic medicine a country boy can feel. Windows down, radio on, playing a classic tune. Driving through the morning, heading for the afternoon. It's a mid-tempo journey, a rhythm easy pace, putting a genuine smile right back on my face. With a clear resonant vocal singing from the dash, I'm making precious memories that I will always stash. Sometimes you have to unplug from the modern daily grind and see what kind of freedom your weary soul can find. It doesn't cost a fortune, it doesn't take a lot, just a tank of regular unleaded and a sunny spot. Let the music be your compass, let the highway be your guide, and take a little journey on the sunny countryside. The miles are rolling by like the chorus of a song. I could keep on driving like this all day long. The positive vibrations are soaking in my skin. I remember exactly the man that I have been. A little bit of country, a little bit of roll, with a toe-tapping rhythm anchored in my soul. So I'll turn the volume up and let the speakers play as I drive into the beauty of a perfect sunny day. Windows down, radio on, playing a classic tune. Driving through the morning, heading for the afternoon. It's a mid-tempo journey, a rhythmic easy pace, putting a genuine smile right back on my face. With a clear resonant vocal singing from the dash, I'm making precious memories that I will always stash.
I bought this old place when the roof was falling in. The paint was peeling off like a snake's forgotten skin. The porch was leaning heavy to the left-hand side, but I looked at it and saw a place where I could reside. So I rolled my sleeves up and I went to the hardware store, bought a box of framing nails and a solid oaken door. It takes a lot of vision and a heavy, steady swing to turn a broken structure into a beautiful thing. I started on the foundation, making sure it was square, working through the weekends in the cool autumn air, with a tape measure clipped right onto my denim belt. I poured out all the positive energy that I felt. Every board I measured, every 2x4 I cut, got me out of my emotional and mental little rut. There's a rhythm to the hammer, a rhythm to the saw, a fundamental music, powerful and raw. Oh, you build a good life with a hammer and a heart, taking all the pieces and giving them a start. It's a mid-tempo effort, a rhythmic steady chore, making something beautiful that wasn't there before, with a clear resonant vision they shone like golden glass, watching the weeks and the busy months quietly pass. I painted the kitchen a cheerful, sunny yellow, feeling like a truly accomplished and happy fellow. Every drop of sweat that fell upon the wooden floor made me love this little country property even more. It ain't a mighty mansion, it ain't a castle grand, but it's the finest piece of architecture in the land. The neighbors came around to see the progress I had made. We sat upon the new porch in the afternoon shade, drinking iced tea and talking about the weather and the crops, while the rhythm of the country seamlessly starts and stops. They said I did a fine job bringing it back to life, a perfect little home for a husband and a wife. I smiled and tipped my hat, cause I knew that they were right. The house was standing sturdy and looking mighty bright. Oh, you build a good life with a hammer and a heart, taking all the pieces and giving them a start. It's a mid-tempo effort, a rhythmic steady chore, making something beautiful that wasn't there before, with a clear resonant vision of what it's gonna be, building up a future for the whole wide world to see. It's easy to tear down, it's easy to walk away, when the skies are looking gloomy and the clouds are looking gray. But the real satisfaction, the deeply rooted pride, comes from working through the struggle and coming out the other side with something you created with your own two calloused hands, a testament of effort that permanently stands. So the tools are in the shed now, the heavy work is done, the house is standing proud in the setting of the sun. I'm sitting in my rocking chair, listening to the breeze blowing through the branches of the newly planted trees. I've got a toe-tapping rhythm beating in my chest, knowing that I gave this project my absolute best. It's a positive vibration that's gonna last for years, built with honest labor, laughter, and a couple tears. Oh, you build a good life with a hammer and a heart, taking all the pieces and giving them a start. It's a mid-tempo effort, a rhythmic steady chore, making something beautiful that wasn't there before, with a clear resonant vision of what it's gonna be, building up a future for the whole wide world to see.
Clock is ticking slow, but I've got the boat hitched up and I'm ready to go. The tackle box is sorted and the cooler's packed with ice, heading for the water, my little slice of paradise. I pull out of the driveway, give the neighborhood a wave, leaving given all the pressure and the rules I gotta break. The engine's got a rhythm, a steady pulsing beat, as I leave behind the pavement of the busy city street. The destination's a spot that only I and a few folks know, where the cypress trees are thick and the current moves slow. It's a rim in mid-tempo, kind of a secret place where a man can find his footing and slow down his pace. I back the trailer down the ramp and slip the boat right in, feeling the weekend officially begin. The water laps the aluminum with a happy little sound. There's no better place on earth that I could be found. I'm riverbound and easy, floating on the tide with a positive rhythm and my worries cast aside. It's a clear, resonant feeling, a toe-tapping song. Out here on the water is exactly where I belong. Casting out a line beneath the warm and sunny sky, watching the beautiful country afternoon roll by. I fire up the outboard, just a gentle quiet hum, navigating through the shallows where the big catfish come. I find a shaded cove underneath a weeping willow tree, drop the anchor down and let the motor be. The silence is a melody, a comfortable tune, accompanied by the calling of a solitary loon. I bait the hook and cast it out with a satisfying zip, taking a long, slow drink from my insulated sip. It doesn't really matter if the fish decide to bite, I'm already winning, everything is feeling right. The sun is shining down, warming up my shoulders and my back. I'm leaning back and cutting myself a whole lot of slack. I watch a pair of eagles circling high above the pines, a masterpiece of nature with perfect sweeping lines. This is the kind of therapy that money cannot buy, just floating on the river underneath the open sky. I'm riverbound and easy, floating on the tide with a positive rhythm and my worries cast aside. It's a clear, resonant feeling, a toe-tapping song. Out here on the water is exactly where I belong. Casting out a line beneath the warm and sunny sky, watching the beautiful country afternoon roll by. Spend so much time chasing after a dollar and a dime, forgetting that our life is a fleeting, precious time. You have to find a rhythm that restores your weary soul, a mid-tempo moment that can make your spirit whole. For me it is the water and a gentle rocking boat, the most positive vibration that a man could ever know. The shadows start to lengthen across the river's glass, another perfect day has gently come to pass. I reel the empty line in and I pull the anchor up, pouring out the last drop of water from my cup. I'll head back to the ramp with a smile upon my face, carrying a piece of this quiet, rhythmic place. Ready for the week ahead, strong and feeling prime, 'cause I took a little river bound and easy time. I'm riverbound and easy, floating on the tide with a positive rhythm and my worries cast aside. It's a clear, resonant feeling, a toe-tapping song. Out here on the water is exactly where I belong. Casting out a line beneath the warm and sunny sky, watching the beautiful country afternoon roll by.
waking up the center of this sleepy little town. The barber turns his sign to let the folks know he's inside, with a smile full of country and a heavy dose of pride. I'm walking down the sidewalk with a rhythm in my step, feeling the positive energy that the morning has kept. The air is smelling sweet like cinnamon and baked good pie, underneath the canvas of a beautiful blue sky. I stopped to buy a paper from the box upon the square, saying good morning to the folks who gather there. There's a toe-tapping rhythm to the way the town awakes, the starting of the engines and the stepping on the brakes. The hardware store is open and putting shovels on display, ready for the business of a bright and sunny day. I love the clear, resonant sound of friendly folks who talk, taking a mid-tempo, leisurely kind of a morning walk. Oh, it's a Main Street morning, rimming in and bright. Everything is ordered and everything is right. It's a positive vibration, a classic country tune, carrying us safely from the morning to the noon. With a clear, resonant heart and a simple, happy song, in this little hometown is right where I belong. I step into the diner, hear the bell above the door, greeted by the checkered tiles on the retro floor. The waitress pours a coffee, says the usual today. I give a little nod and let my troubles melt away. The booths are filling up with the regulars and friends, talking about where the weather starts and where it ends. It's a community of rhythm, a community of care, and I'm profoundly grateful just to be sitting there. And I look out through the window at the traffic passing by, a pickup truck, a tractor, and a fellow in a tie. We're all moving to a tempo that is set by something grand, a mid-tempo heartbeat in the center of the land. There's no need for rushing, there's no need to win a race, just finding your position in this comfortable space. The coffee's tasting perfect and the eggs are sunny side. I'm filled with a positive, deeply rooted pride. Oh, it's a Main Street morning, ribbon and bright. Everything is ordered and everything is right. It's a positive vibration, a classic country tune, carrying us safely from the morning to the noon. With a clear, resonant heart and a simple, happy song, in this little hometown is right where I belong. The big cities have their lights and their towering appeal, but they lack the simple living, honest kind of feel that you find when you are walking down a street where you are known, where the seeds of genuine friendship have been carefully sown. It's a mid-tempo living, positive and free, and it's the only kind of living that makes sense to me. I pay the check and leave a tip and walk back out the door,
ready to face the tasks that the day has held in store. But I carry the rhythm of the main street in my mind, a clear resonant melody that leaves the dark behind. I'll work with a smile and I'll walk with a bounce, 'cause I know the value of every single ounce of the positive energy that this little town can give. It's a beautiful, musical, living way to live. Oh, it's a Main Street morning, rhythmic and bright. Everything is ordered and everything is right. It's a positive vibration, a classic country tune, carrying us safely from the morning to the noon. With a clear, resonant heart and a simple, happy song, in this little hometown is right where I belong.
The sun has finally dipped behind the western hills, leaving behind a quiet that the evening slowly fills. I've pulled my favorite chair up to the wooden railing side, watching the purple twilight spreading far and wide. The crickets are awakening in the heavy meadow grass, singing to the shadows as the daylight hours pass. I flick the yellow porch light on, it casts a gentle beam, turning this old farmhouse into a peaceful waking dream. There's a comfort in the fading of the bright and busy day, when the heavy heat of afternoon is finally washed away. The old dog rests his chin upon his weary, dusty paws, surrendering to the rhythm of the evening's quiet loss. A moth is fluttering softly around the light bulb overhead, while the restless world is getting ready for its bed. I take a sip of water from a mason jar of glass, and let the beautiful slow moments quietly walk past. Oh, the porch light shadows dance upon the floor, keeping all the darkness safely past the door. It's a quiet kind of magic, a classic country scene, right here in the space where the day and night convene, with a deep and warm reflection of the hours left behind, finding absolute tranquility to settle down the mind. I can hear the distant murmur of the water in the creek. It's the only kind of company a fellow really needs to seek. The trees become silhouettes against the indigo sky, standing tall and silent as the gentle breeze blows by. I think about the harvest and the work that's yet to come,
Tonight I'm just listening to the country's quiet hum. It's a melody of nature played on a rusted string, a perfect kind of harmony that makes the spirit sing. There's an old acoustic guitar resting just inside the hall. I leave it in its case tonight and let the silence fall. Sometimes the greatest music that a man can ever hear is the sound of absolute nothing ringing in his ear. Just the beating of his heart and the drawing of his breath, and the feeling of a peace that is as beautiful as death. To the worries and the hurries that the daytime always brings, resting easy in the shadow of the porch light's golden wings. Oh, the porch light shadows dance upon the floor, keeping all the darkness safely past the door. It's a quiet kind of magic, a classic country scene, right here in the space where the day and night convene, with a deep and warm reflection of the hours left behind, finding absolute tranquility to settle down the mind. The stars are slowly waking up to diamond dust the night, stealing away the remnants of the fading solar light. I wouldn't trade this front porch for a castle on a hill, because a man can only find his soul when everything is still. The air is getting cooler now, a jacket might be nice, but I'm too content to move wrapped in this paradise. The porch light casts a circle, a safe and hallowed ground, where only good intentions and memories are found. I'll sit here till my lids get heavy as a stone, never feeling lonely though I'm sitting here alone, just letting the evening carry me on its gentle rolling tide, with the porch light shadows keeping me warm and satisfied. Oh, the porch light shadows dance upon the floor, keeping all the darkness safely past the door. It's a quiet kind of magic, a classic country scene, right here in the space where the day and night convene, with a deep and warm reflection of the hours left behind, finding absolute tranquility to settle down the mind.
There's an old cedar chest at the foot of my bed, holding the whispers of the things my mama said. I open up the lid and breathe the scent of lavender and pine, tracing the stitching of a memory that is uniquely mine. It's a faded patchwork quilt made of calico and lace, sewn together with the patience of a sweet and tender grace. Every square is a story from a time that used to be, woven together in a blanket of family history.
There's a piece of yellow cotton from my Sunday morning dress, when I was just a little girl in a world of happiness, and a square of faded denim from my daddy's working clothes that smelled of tractor oil and the dusty cornfield roads.
I run my fingers over a scrap of wedding white
that my sister wore with pride on her starry summer night.
It's a mid-tempo journey through the chapters of my heart, where every single fabric plays a necessary part. Oh, the patchwork memory keeps the winter cold away, holding on to the sunshine of a bygone yesterday, with a sweet angelic comfort in every single thread, resting like a blessing on the footboard of my bed.
It's a tapestry of love, woven heavy, woven deep,
wrapping me in sweetness right before I fall asleep. My grandmother's hands were weathered, but her needle was so keen. She could sew the brightest colors that a body's ever seen. She'd sit in her rocker as the evening fire glowed, humming a little hymn while the heavy fabric flowed.
She taught me how to baste, and she taught me how to hem, and she told me that our lives are a lot like one of them,
just a bunch of broken pieces that the good Lord knits apart and stitches back together with the love inside his heart.
There's a square of crimson flannel from a snowy winter chill, when we dragged the wooden sled up to the top of Miller's Hill,
and a piece of checkered gingham from a picnic in the park,
when we chased the summer fireflies deep into the dark.
I wrapped the quilt around my shoulders like a gentle, warm embrace, and a peaceful kind of smile settles softly on my face. I am surrounded by the people who have loved me from the start, held together by the binding of a grateful country heart. Oh, the patchwork memory keeps the winter cold away, holding on to the sunshine of a bygone yesterday, with a sweet angelic comfort in every single thread, resting like a blessing on the footboard of my bed.
It's a tapestry of love, woven heavy, woven deep,
wrapping me in sweetness right before I fall asleep.
Time will turn the colors pale and wear the edges thin, but it cannot erase the love that's stitched right deep within.
Every generation adds a square of something new, a patch of rosy pink or a piece of baby blue.
And the story just continues, long and beautiful and wide.
So I'll lay here in the quiet of my dimly lit bedroom,
listening to the wind as it brushes past the broom. I pull the patchwork higher right up to my resting chin, feeling the absolute security of the place that I am in.
The night is fully here now, the house is resting still,
and the moon is pouring silver on the windowsill.
I'm perfectly protected by the fabric of my past, knowing that this kind of love is always gonna last. Oh, the patchwork memory keeps the winter cold away, holding on to the sunshine of a bygone yesterday, with a sweet angelic comfort in every single thread, resting like a blessing on the footboard of my bed.
It's a tapestry of love, woven heavy, woven deep,
wrapping me in sweetness right before I fall asleep. The heat of the day has finally broke its heavy hold. The western sky is painting up in violet and gold. I'm walking down the lane where the honeysuckle grows, following the path that only the evening valley knows. There's a rimming little rustle in the leaves of the oak, like the quietest whisper that nature ever spoke. It's the evening valley breeze coming down to say hello, bringing a mid-tempo comfort, rolling steady, rolling slow. It sweeps across the pastures, bending down the timothy weed, carrying the scent of the soil and the newly planted seed. It brushes past my face like a gentle unseen hand, cooling down the fever of this hard and working land. I take a deep breath in and let my shoulders finally drop, listening to the rhythm of the wind that doesn't stop. It's a clear and resonant music playing strictly for the soul, making the fragmented pieces of a tired man feel whole. Oh, the evening valley breeze is a welcome sweet relief, shaking off the dust from every single clover leaf. It's a mid-tempo traveler from the mountains to the plain, washing off the worry like a gentle summer rain, with a deep and warm embrace underneath the fading sky. Let the evening valley breeze blow on by. The windmill starts to turn with a rusty rhythmic creak, pumping up the water from the center of the creek. It catches that good breeze and it puts it right to work,
while the shadows of the evening begin to softly lurk. I lean against a fence post and I cross my weary boots, feeling the connection to my deep and country roots. The air is getting sweeter as the daylight gently dies, and the first of the stars begin to open up their eyes. There's a family of deer stepping out the timberline, tasting the sweetness of the wild muscadine. They catch my scent upon the wind, but they do not run away. We are sharing the peace of the dying of the day. It's moments like these that make the struggle all worthwhile, putting a genuine, deeply rooted, happy smile upon the face of a man who just wants to live a quiet life, far away from the noise and the anger and the strife. Oh, the evening valley breeze is a welcome, sweet relief, shaking off the dust from every single clover leaf. It's a mid-tempo traveler from the mountains to the plain, washing off the worry like a gentle summer rain, with a deep and warm embrace underneath the fading sky. Let the evening valley breeze blow on by. Sometimes the air gets stagnant and the world feels far too tight, like you're trapped inside a room without a single beam of light. But then the wind shifts and the valley starts to breathe, and you find the kind of comfort that you genuinely need. It's a reminder that the world is always turning right along. The breeze is settling down now, finding a place to rest, and the final bit of color fades away into the west. I'll turn my boots around and start heading for the house, as quiet as a shadow and as gentle as a mouse. I'll leave the valley to the night, the owls and the moon, knowing that the morning sun will be arriving soon. But I'll carry this breeze in my heart throughout the night, a perfect rhythmic ending to make everything alright. Oh, the evening valley breeze is a welcome, sweet relief, shaking off the dust from every single clover leaf. It's a mid-tempo traveler from the mountains to the plain, washing off the worry like a gentle summer rain, with a deep and warm embrace underneath the fading sky. Let the evening valley breeze blow on by.
The elevation rises and the air gets thin and clear. The noise of the valley completely disappears. I've climbed up the ridge to my favorite overlook to read the final pages of the evening's closing book. The pines are standing guard like sentinels of green, the most breathtaking picture that a man has ever seen. The sky is turning silver, the clouds are turning gray, as the mountain twilight slowly steals the day away. And there's a soft acoustic stillness ringing in the cool night air, like a cathedral of nature, an Appalachian prayer. I sit upon a boulder that is older than the time and sing a gentle melody that hasn't got a rhyme, just a tenor elevation floating upwards to the sky, watching the majestic snowy peaks ascending high. The shadows fill the canyons like a pool in velvet tide. There is nowhere left to hurry, there is nowhere left to hide. Mountain twilight falling gentle, falling slow, covering the timber in a soft and holy glow. It's a relaxing kind of quiet that you only find up high, where the rocky, rugged peaks are reaching up to touch the sky, with a soft two-speed tenor singing to the stars above, wrapped inside the blanket of the mountain's quiet love. Circling lazy on a thermal rising heat, looking for a final bit of something good to eat before he tucks his head in for a quiet feathered sleep, while the canyon grows incredibly dark and very deep. I brought a little thermos of a sweet and herbal tea to warm my chilling hands as the darkness covers me. It's a solitary moment, but I do not feel alone. I am grounded in the ancient, heavy spirit of the stone. The first little star is a pinprick of pure light, a diamond on the canvas of the overcoming night. Then another and another till the Milky Way is born, a river made of silver that the heavens have worn. Since the beginning of the ages, since the breaking of the dawn, a testament of beauty that is going on and on. I just lean my head back and I take the wonder in, cleansed of all my sorrow and forgiven of my sin. Mountain twilight falling gentle, falling slow, covering the timber in a soft and holy glow. It's a relaxing kind of quiet that you only find up high, where the rocky, rugged peaks are reaching up to touch the sky, with a soft acoustic
twisted tenor singing to the stars above, wrapped inside the blanket of the mountain's quiet love. Down below, the city lights are blinking into view, a grid of busy people doing what they always do. But up here on the mountain, time has ceased to even exist, lost inside the beauty of the twilight and the mist. I am just a tiny speck against the majesty of God, standing on the very same dirt the pioneers once trod. The cold is creeping in now, it's time to start the hike down the winding pathway on my rusty mountain bike. But my soul is feeling lighter than a dandelion seed. I found the very essence of the quiet that I need. I'll carry this mountain twilight back down to the plains, let it run like holy water through my weary working veins. Whenever life gets heavy and the noise begins to roar, I'll close my eyes and find myself back at the mountain's door. Mountain twilight falling gentle, falling slow, covering the timber in a soft and holy glow. It's a relaxing kind of quiet that you only find up high, where the rocky, rugged peaks are reaching up to touch the sky.
The crickets have started their evening symphony, playing a tune in the branches of the dogwood tree. I'm sitting on the porch steps with my feet upon the ground, waiting for the magic that is soon to come around.
The air is thick and heavy with the scent of summer rain, and the sweet honeysuckle climbing up the window pane. The sky is turning black like a velvet curtain drawn, and the final drop of daylight is officially now gone.
Then out across the front yard, a little flash of green, the most delicate little lantern that my eyes have ever seen. Then another joins the party, and 100 more take flight, painting tiny constellations in the middle of the night.
I've got an empty mason jar with holes poked in the lid, ready to go catch them like I did when I was a kid. It's a sweet angelic memory from a simpler, slower time, when a pocket full of nothing was a very wealthy dime.
Fireflies and mason jars lighting up the dark, a million tiny embers flying like a golden spark. It's a relaxing 70s feeling, a classic summer scene, chasing down the lightning bugs across the meadow green, with a sweet angelic wonder in a happy country girl, watching the absolute beauty of the quiet evening twirl. I step down from the porch and wander out into the yard. Catching these little stars isn't really very hard. You just have to move gentle, you just have to be real slow, and cup your empty hands around their mesmerizing glow.
I put 3 inside the bottle, I screw the lid on tight and hold my little lantern up against the summer night. It casts a greenish shadow on the features of my face, bringing a profound and deeply soothing kind of grace.
I remember my old grandpa sitting right where I am now, wiping the summer sweat from his heavy furrowed brow. He'd watch us kids run crazy underneath the starry skies, with the reflection of the lightning bugs dancing in his eyes.
He'd say, let 'em go before you sleep, they need to fly real free. And that's a little lesson that has always stuck with me. You can hold on to the beauty for a minute or two, but then you have to release it to the universe anew.
Fireflies and mason jars lighting up the dark, a million tiny embers flying like a golden spark. It's a relaxing 70s feeling, a classic summer scene, chasing down the lightning bugs across a meadow green, with a sweet angelic wonder in a happy country girl, watching the absolute beauty
of the quiet evening twirl.
The modern world has neon lights and screens that glow so bright, but they cannot hold a candle to this simple country night. There's a purity in nature that a wire cannot fake, a peaceful kind of stillness that a modern world can't make.
I'm glad I have this little patch of earth to call my own.
I unscrew the metal lid and tilt the mason jar around, watching my tiny captives lift off softly from the ground. They rejoin the floating party in the canopy of trees, drifting like a fairy tale upon the summer breeze.
I walk back to the porch steps and I sit back quietly down, far away from the rushing of the neon lighted town. Just a girl and her guitar in a night completely still, with the fireflies dancing around the bottom of the hill.
Fireflies and mason jars lighting up the dark, a million tiny embers flying like a golden spark. It's a relaxing 70s feeling, a classic summer scene, chasing down the lightning bugs across the meadow green, with a sweet angelic wonder in a happy country girl,
watching the absolute beauty of the quiet evening twirl.
Shadows are long, and they stretch across the yard. The day has been heavy, and the labor has been hard. But the satisfaction settles deep into my weary bones, like the quiet foundation of these old field stones. I'm walking to the barn with a lantern in my hand to check on the animals and walk the bottom land. It's a mid-tempo routine that I've done 1,000 times, comforting and steady as the ringing of the chimes. I slide the heavy wooden door upon its rusted track. The smell of sweet alfalfa hay comes rushing warmly back. The horses are all settled in their designated stalls, listening to the quiet as the evening softly falls. I throw a flake of hay to the old gray working mare, run my calloused hand through her dusty, tangled hair. She gives a little whinny, a soft and gentle sound, the most peaceful conversation that a man has ever found. Closing the barn doors on another working day, putting the pitchfork and the tractor keys away. It's a deep, warm, classic feeling of a job completely done, resting in the afterglow of the sunken evening sun, with a relaxing acoustic rhythm beating steady in my chest, knowing that I've earned this quiet country night of rest. I check the water troughs to make sure they're filled up high. Underneath the canvas of the darkening night sky, I sweep the center aisle with an old and bristled broom, clearing out the dust and clearing out the gloom. The barn cats are stretching from their slumber in the loft. Their meows are affectionate and wonderfully soft. It's a sanctuary built of weathered wood and tin, a holy kind of place where the night is welcomed in. I
Turn the final stall light off and stand there in the dark, listening to a distant, lonesome coyote bark. It's a wild reminder that the world goes on and on, long after the daylight and the working hours are gone. But in here everything is safe, everything is warm, protected from the weather and protected from the storm. I've done my honest duty to the creatures and the land, and I leave the rest of it inside the good Lord's capable hand. Closing the barn doors on another working day, putting the pitchfork and the tractor keys away. It's a deep, warm, classic feeling of a job completely done, resting in the afterglow of the sunken evening sun, with a relaxing acoustic rhythm beating steady in my chest, knowing that I've earned this quiet country night of rest. There's an honest kind of dignity in working with your hands and providing for the life that heavily depends upon your dedication and your daily steady grit. It's a flame of purpose that is eternally lit. When the night approaches, you can lay your burden down and wear your satisfaction like a quiet, invisible crown. I step out to the gravel and I pull the doors real tight, clicking the padlock in the fading of the light. I take a long and steady walk back up to the house, where everything is quiet as a little field mouse. Fire in the hearth has burned down to a glow. The embers are fading, the temperature is low. The house is wrapped in silence, heavy velvet cloak, smelling like the memory of seasoned hickory smoke. I'm sitting in the armchair, my eyes are getting weak. Not a single word that I really need to speak. The
day has been a long one, full of labor, full of life, far removed from the rushing and the modern city strife. I look out through the window at the vast and starry sky, watching the constellations as they slowly wheel on by. The moon is a sliver of silver in the black. There is nothing that I want, and there is nothing that I lack. It's a very slow rhythm, the beating of the earth, a lullaby of nature that's been playing since its birth. I feel a deep, warm, classic peace settle in my soul, making every shattered, broken piece entirely whole. Good night, old world. Go on and close your tired eyes. Underneath the beauty of the vast and starlit skies, it's a relaxing country lullaby, a whisper in the wind, a peaceful kind of ending, where the dreaming can begin. With a deep, warm male vocal singing softly to the night, everything is peaceful and everything is right. The clock upon the mantelpiece is ticking out the time, a steady, slow progression, a comfortable rhyme. It counts away the minutes of a life well lived and loved, watched over by the angels in the heavens high above. I think about the folks I love, the ones who are asleep. Pray the Lord they're beautiful and tender souls to keep. It's a sentimental feeling, this closing of the day. and all the complications are finally washed away. There's a comfort in the darkness, a sanctuary sweet, a place where the heaven and the quiet earth will meet. It's a pause button pressed upon the worry and the rush, a beautifully profound and deeply holy kind of hush. I let my heavy head fall